Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss about homeopathic medicine guideline for the treatment of Omicron, which is a Delta variant of COVID-19. So basically, in this video, we will discuss about what are the homeopathic medicines which has been successfully used for the treatment of Omicron. So let's talk about it. So it has been nearly 2 years into the pandemic with SARS-CoV-2, and there has been emergence of the Alpha, Beta and the Delta SARS-CoV-2 variant, which are being associated with the new waves of infection across the world. And the Delta variant has been associated with a greater transmission and higher viral RNA loads in both unvaccinated and completely vaccinated individuals. Yes, here both type of person who are vaccinated as well as unvaccinated, they are both equally getting infected by the Omicron Delta variant of COVID-19. The sequencing revealed first Omicron case from Botswana on November 11, 2021, and later similar sequencing confirmed its spread to the other countries. Now, very important, what were the symptoms that has been recorded? So let's talk about the clinical features of SARS-CoV-2 were Omicron. So the recorded symptoms of the Omicron seems to be remarkably different from the traditional COVID symptoms, which included loss of smell, that is anosmia, and loss of taste, and breathing troubles amongst other. So instead of that, running nose, scratchy and the painful throat. I'm again repeating, runny nose instead of running nose, scratchy and the painful throat. This is a new symptom of Omicron Delta variant of COVID-19 with a painful deglutition, or simply you can say adenophagia, night sweats, headaches, fatigue and muscle soreness, and some other common cold and the flu-like symptoms. These are the new symptoms of COVID-19 Delta, which can be credited to an experience or dealing with the pandemic over last nearly 2 years with the readily available repertoire of the remedies and patient management protocols. But some immunocompromised persons do progress towards. We have provided a picture with some texts. So let's talk about it. So after having treatment nearly 6,000 COVID-19 cases in 2020 and 2021 by using homeopathic medicines, Dr. Gyan Das G. Wadhwani, who is a very famous and expert doctor in homeopathy with a doctorate MD, and his assistant Dr. Aditi has in recent times consulted and treated nearly 500 cases of Omicron in India by using homeopathic medicines. In India and Singapore, in South Africa and UK also. And a few of which has already been published. Now let's talk about the medicines which are used by Dr. Gyan Das G. Wadhwani, who is a well-known practitioner in homeopathy. So the first medicine which has been used by him is alumina. So let's talk about this medicine, alumina. So as you can see here on the screen, this is a picture of alumina, which is a homeopathic medicine. And this medicine has been successfully used for the treatment of Omicron cases. Now let's talk about it. What were the symptoms? So, in the evening and at night, the throat pains are most intense by warm food and drinks. Secondly, early in the day, dry, later with expectorations, short dry with arrested breathing. Suddenly appeared hoarseness, not by hawking, and mostly in the afternoon and evening. And there is an extraordinary lassitude, which simply means person will be feeling too much weak and emaciated and fatigue, particularly from talking. Many complaints are in afternoon and when sitting. He feels best during moderate exercises and even and in the evening and in open air. Fever. So first stage of the fever, that is chill. So predominant and the mostly toward evening, even in the bed and by a warm stove, as well as after eating warm soups or often with heat on face. And during day, the heat at night. In evening following the chill, there is a heat which spread from face but sometimes only attacks the right side of the body, and evening fever with prevailing chills. Now the third stage of the fever, that is sweat. So at night, especially in the morning in bed, in the early morning in the bed, most profuse on face, often on right side of the face only, with anxiety and entire inability to. Next symptom was sore throat, which is aggravated in the evening and at night, but which is ameliorated on taking anything warm, and which is less painful in the morning. Contractive or shooting pain in the throat, chiefly on swallowing, and difficult deglutition, as if the gullet were contracted. Now, what were the general modalities? So here we'll talk about aggravating and the ameliorating factors. So worst condition, what were the worst things for the patient? That is room, warmth, bed, food, artificial food, potatoes, picking, dry weather, early on awaking, sitting, and after menses. Now, what were the things or the condition from which the patient was feeling better? That is evening, open air, moderate exertion, and temperature. So this was the first medicine which was successfully used for the treatment of Omicron cases for the person who are suffering from these symptoms. So on the basis of these symptoms, mark my lines, on the basis of only these symptoms, you can prescribe Illumina to your patient. And please don't take it by yourself. Always consult a physician, or you can consult me. So if you are noting the same symptom, then only you can prescribe this medicine, that is Illumina. So this was the first medicine. Now second medicine was Spongia tosta. So as you can see here on the screen, this is a picture of Spongia tosta. Now we'll talk about this medicine. So what were the symptoms? So first symptom was difficult as from a stopper or valve in the larynx without rattling, oppressed, bending upper part of the body forward, whistling, anxious inspiration with violent exertions of abdominal muscles, and loss of breath on inspiration. Next symptom was deep, dry, hollow, working during day and night, excited by an irritation like a plug or a valve high up in the larynx. And in the morning only there is detached a scanty, tenacious yellow or hardened mucus of a fainty sour taste, which cannot be ejected but must be swallowed, with painful soreness and burning in the chest. Next symptom was larynx sensitive to touch, roughness and burning dryness with the sensation of constriction in the larynx and trachea, inflammation of the mucous membrane and trachea, and there was a membranous croup, laryngeal and the tracheal pathesis, hoarseness, husky, weak voice, which fails when talking and singing. The slightest exertion causes a violent congestion to the chest with obstructed breathing, anxiety and constriction with violent operation of the breathing. Means a person having difficulty in taking breath. Next symptom was burning sensation and stinging in the throat, rawness, swelling and scraping in the throat, crowning and tight croupy cough was present, aggravation from the cold drinks or any kind of excitement, and amelioration by eating and drinking warm things. So on the basis of these symptoms, if you noticed similar symptoms in your patient, then only you can prescribe this medicine, that is Spongia tosta, to your patient. Now what was the third medicine? So third medicine which was used by Dr. Gyandas was Calcadia Arsenicosa. So let's talk about it. Calcadia Arsenicosa. So as you can see here on the screen, this is a picture of Calcadia ars. Now we'll talk about it. So first symptom was fever. Chilly crawl over back towards the arms and the chest, and it originates always inwardly with a sensation as if skin and adjoining parts were hot. Shivering, running over the back, have sometime goose flash, especially at night, and is sleepless, means insomnia. Much thirst for the cold water and afterward loss of the appetite. Heat in chest with the palpitations, sweat especially at 3 a.m. It is a chilly medicine, the symptoms being aggravated in cold weather when out of doors, and the patient always craves for the hot soups. So on the basis of these symptoms, if such symptoms are present, then only you can prescribe Calcadia ars to your patient. Now let's talk about the fourth medicine which has been successfully used for the treatment of Omicron cases, that is Arsenicum album, which was earlier. This medicine I have already talked with you. That is, this medicine has been recommended by ACUTE for the treatment of COVID-19. So again, here we are talking about this medicine because this is one of the best medicine for the Omicron cases. So let's talk about the after lying down. Oppression of the chest when ascending and when in cold air. Shortness of when walking or turning over in bed. Next symptom was clear ringing and crowing or whistling, excited by burning tickling as from sulfur vapor in the trachea. Dry at night and by day expectorations are scanty. Mostly foamy mucus in the lump of varying taste and color, sometimes mixed with a bright red blood. Returning periodically with increased violence without expectoration and especially after drinking, and night hemoptysis with scanty secretion of mucus, and there is a constriction of the larynx. There is a catarrh with the hoarseness, coryza, means common cold, and sleeplessness, which is insomnia, voice rough and hoarse, voice, trembling. At one time strong and other time weak. Tenacious mucus in the larynx and the chest, bronchitis with difficult secretion of the mucus, sensation of dryness and burning in the larynx, spasmodic constriction of the larynx, dry cough, sometimes deep, fatigue and shaking, principally in the evening and after lying down or at night, and the patient to assume an erect posture to sleep, and after drinking on wing in fresh and cold air and during movement. Of the breathing with a cough excited by sensation of the constrictions and suffocation in the larynx, as if by the vapor of sulfur, as I have already said, has been lodged in your larynx. Respiration oppressed, anxious, short-tempered, labored breathing means oppressed breathing. So now we'll talk about the modalities, that is aggravated and ameliorating factors for the arsenic album patient. So words from cold, ice drinks, food, midnight, after 2 a.m., vegetables, drinking, tripling, infections, bad meat, eruptions, suppressed, undeveloped, quinine, lying on the part, tobacco and exertions. Now, what are the ameliorating factors from which the patient feel better? That is hot applications, food and drinks, motion, walking about, elevating the head, sitting erect, company and sweating. So, on the basis of these symptoms, you can prescribe Arsenicum album to your patient if such symptoms are present in them for the treatment of Omicron cases. One thing which I want to make it very clear, that as you can see here on the screen, we have provided a picture, that don't take these medicines by yourself. So always consult an expert doctor before taking these medications, or simply you can contact me So that's all for today. See you guys in our next video. Till then, stay connected with us for more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below, and yes, press the bell icon for more updates. Stay safe and stay healthy. And yes, thanks for watching this video.